Have you ever finished a delicious meal feeling full and satisfied, and then just melted into your favorite chair? Maybe you flip on the TV, scroll through your phone, or simply close your eyes for a few minutes, all without a second thought. It's a habit that feels harmless, even comforting. After all, what's better than a little rest after eating, right? Especially as we get older, when our bodies need a moment to recharge and the world seems to move just a bit too fast. But what if I told you that the way you sit and what you do right after a meal might quietly be raising your risk of stroke? That this everyday ritual, repeated day after day, year after year, could be working against your heart, your brain, and your future. It's true. New research shows that certain post-meal habits, especially the way we position our bodies and how long we remain still, have a powerful and often overlooked effect on blood flow, blood pressure, and even the formation of dangerous blood clots. For seniors over 60 whose bodies are already more vulnerable to changes in circulation and metabolic stress, these small mistakes can add up to big consequences. But here's the good news. With just a few mindful changes, you can protect your health, boost your energy, and dramatically lower your risk of a life-changing stroke. In today's video, we're uncovering the science behind this sneaky sitting mistake after meals, breaking down why it matters, and most importantly, revealing simple doctor-approved alternatives that can make a real difference in your daily life. By the end, you'll know exactly what to avoid, what to do instead, and how to use those precious moments after a meal to support your heart, your brain, and your independence for years to come. So grab a comfortable seat, but don't get too comfortable just yet. Let's dive in. The surprising link between sitting and stroke. Let's start with a question that almost no one asks. Why would sitting, something we all do, especially after eating, be dangerous for our health? To answer that, let's look at how our bodies work after a meal. When you eat, your body kicks into high gear. Digestion demands more blood flow to your stomach and intestines. Your blood pressure rises, your heart rate changes, and your blood becomes just a bit thicker as it moves nutrients throughout your body. If, at this critical moment, you slump into a deep armchair, recline on the sofa, or, worst of all, sit hunched over without moving for a long time, several risky things happen. Blood pools in the legs. Gravity and inactivity cause blood to stagnate, slowing return flow to the heart and brain. Veins compress. Certain sitting positions, especially crossing legs or slouching, can squeeze veins, making clots more likely. Blood sugar spikes. Sedentary post-meal time causes sugar to stay elevated longer, raising stroke and heart risk. Pressure on arteries. Poor posture increases pressure on blood vessels in the neck and chest, potentially triggering mini-strokes or TIAs. Let me tell you about Mr. Allen, 68 years old, retired teacher. He used to nap in his favorite recliner every afternoon after lunch. After months of this habit, he developed swelling in his legs and occasional dizziness. It wasn't until his doctor explained that his post-meal napping was affecting his circulation that he realized the risk. Scientific evidence. Studies show that sedentary behavior, especially right after meals, is associated with a higher risk of metabolic syndrome, blood clots, deep vein thrombosis, and ultimately, ischemic stroke. A 2022 study published in the Journal of Geriatric Cardiology found that seniors who remained seated for more than 30 minutes after eating had a 70% higher risk of developing circulatory issues that could lead to a stroke, compared to those who stood up and moved gently. Common mistake. It's not just any sitting, it's the combination of slouching, compressing your abdomen, remaining still, no leg movement, crossing your legs tightly, restricting blood flow, napping. In a reclined position, blood pools in lower body slows return to brain. Key takeaway: It's not about never sitting. It's about how you sit, how long you sit, and what you do with your body in the precious 30-60 minutes after a meal. What really happens inside your body? After a meal. After you eat, your body does something remarkable. It shuttles blood away from your brain and muscles and redirects it to your stomach and intestines to help break down and absorb food. This postprandial after-meal period is a time of heightened cardiovascular activity. For healthy young adults, this process is usually harmless. But as we age, our blood vessels become less flexible. Our hearts may not pump as efficiently, and our risk for conditions like atherosclerosis or atrial fibrillation increases. This means that if you combine a large meal with poor sitting posture and total inactivity, you set the stage for reduced brain perfusion, less blood to the brain, risking mini-strokes, higher risk of clotting in the legs or abdomen, difficulty regulating blood pressure, risking sudden drops or spikes, higher chance of post-meal, hypotension, low blood pressure causing dizziness, falls or fainting. Real-life story. Mrs. Susan, 72, loved watching her afternoon shows right after lunch, always curled up with her feet under her. But she started to notice fogginess and even lightheadedness after meals. Her doctor discovered she was experiencing postprandial hypotension, and it was made worse by sitting still and compressing her abdomen for long stretches. Science fact. Research in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology found that light movement, even simple standing or slow pacing, after a meal reduces these risks dramatically. The worst sitting positions and what to avoid. Let's get very specific. What are the worst sitting positions after meals? And why do they quietly raise your risk of stroke? Most people imagine dangerous habits as something obvious: smoking, eating greasy food, or never exercising. But the way you position your body, especially after eating, is a silent saboteur that can quietly undermine your health. The hunched forward slouch. This is incredibly common. You finish a meal, lean forward to check your phone, read the newspaper, or just rest your elbows on your knees. It feels comfortable, especially if you have back pain or stiffness. But here's what's happening inside your body. Your stomach is compressed, making digestion harder. This increases bloating, acid reflux, and can lead to silent aspiration, where stomach acid or food particles can enter your lungs, a risk for pneumonia in seniors. Your diaphragm can't move fully, so breathing becomes shallow. Less oxygen reaches your brain, potentially triggering brain fog, fatigue, or dizziness. Most critically, the big blood vessels in your abdomen and groin, like your iliac veins, get pinched. This slows down blood returning from your legs to your heart and brain, raising the risk of clot formation, especially if you stay in this position for 20+ minutes. Story. Imagine Mr. Tran, age 71. After every lunch, he liked to lean over the kitchen table and read the news. He noticed his legs would tingle and swell slightly. One day, he got up too quickly, felt dizzy, and almost fainted. His doctor later explained that his habitual slouching after meals was affecting his circulation and putting him at risk for both falls and clot formation. Deep reclining in armchairs or sofas. Who doesn't love to sink into a soft recliner or sofa, especially after a big meal? But when you fully recline or elevate your feet above heart level immediately after eating, the following happens. Gravity makes blood pool in your lower legs and feet, especially if you don't move them regularly. Reclining can slow digestion, increase acid reflux, and delay stomach emptying. For people with heart failure, reclining immediately after eating can trigger paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, sudden shortness of breath or coughing spells, especially at night. Most crucially, blood that pools in the legs is more likely to clot. If a clot travels to your brain, it can cause a stroke. To your lungs, a pulmonary embolism. Story. Mrs. Linda, 76, always took her post-dinner nap in her favorite recliner. She started waking up from these naps with swollen ankles and a pounding heart. One evening, she had a sudden bout of chest pain. Thankfully, she got help in time, and her doctor told her, "Your after-meal napping and sitting are raising your clot and stroke risk. Crossing your legs tightly, or for long periods. Crossed legs might feel elegant or comfortable, but it's risky, especially after eating when your blood is slightly thicker and your circulation is already slowed. Crossing your legs compresses veins in your knees and thighs, restricting blood return. It can trigger or worsen varicose veins, swelling, and leg pain. If you have high blood pressure, leg crossing raises your pressure even more, putting more strain on your arteries. In rare cases, deep vein thrombosis, DVT, can develop, especially for those already at risk. Real-life story. David, 65, a retired accountant, enjoyed crossing his legs for hours while watching TV after dinner. He later developed a red tender spot on his calf, a small blood clot. His doctor warned him, after meals, never cross your legs tightly. Move them every 10 minutes and keep your feet flat. Sleeping. Immediately after eating. Dozing off right after a meal, especially while sitting in a chair or lying flat, is very common in older adults. But digestion slows dramatically. Stomach acid can travel upward, leading to heartburn, cough, or even aspiration pneumonia. Lying flat can make it harder for blood to return from your legs to your heart, especially if you have weak leg veins. If you fall asleep and stay still for a long time, the risk of blood clots increases significantly, especially if you have diabetes, high cholesterol, or previous strokes. Real-life story. Mrs. Linda, 74, took mini naps after every meal. Over time, she developed indigestion and had a mini stroke, transient ischemic attack or TIA. Her neurologist linked this to her after-meal sleeping habit and inactivity. Doctor recommended alternatives. What to do instead? Okay, so if those sitting positions are risky, what should you do after a meal, especially if you crave relaxation or mobility is limited? Light movement is key. After meals, your body's priority is digesting and distributing nutrients. Gentle movement helps keep blood circulating, supports digestion, and reduces the risk of clots. Try these activities. 10-minute walk. Stroll around your house, garden, or hallway. Even pacing back and forth in your living room helps. Seated. Marching. If standing is difficult, sit up straight and march your legs one at a time, lifting your knees for 1-2 minutes. Ankle circles and foot pumps. Rotate your ankles or flex your feet up and down every few minutes. Arm raises. Lift your arms above your head and slowly lower them, breathing deeply. Shoulder rolls and neck stretches. Loosen up tension that can build during meals. Real story. Mr. Arthur, 83, has arthritis and can't walk far. But every afternoon he sits upright after lunch, does 5 minutes of ankle pumps and gentle stretches. His doctor says his circulation and blood pressure are much better since he started. Sit smart, not stiff. If you have to sit, make it healthy. Sit upright with back supported, feet flat on the floor. Avoid crossing your legs. Keep knees and hips aligned. Change position every 10 to 15 minutes. Use a firm chair instead of deep sofas or recliners right after eating. If you need to nap, wait at least 30-45 minutes after meals and try to keep your upper body elevated. Use a wedge pillow. Tip. Place a timer or set an alarm for every 15 minutes to remind you to change position or move your legs. Stay hydrated. Sip water or herbal tea after your meal. Dehydration can make blood thicker and slower. Hydration helps keep blood moving and aids digestion. Use gentle compression if recommended. For those with swelling or varicose veins, your doctor may suggest mild compression stockings to support blood flow, but always ask first. 5. Socialize or do light chores. Chat with family while standing or walking slowly. Wash a few dishes, water plants, or tidy up the table. Listen to music and move your arms to the rhythm. Story. Mrs. Mary, 70, plays gentle music after lunch and dances around the kitchen with her granddaughter. It's fun and keeps her blood flowing. For bedridden or wheelchair-bound seniors, perform bed exercises, ankle pumps, arm lifts, deep breathing. Ask a caregiver to help you sit upright or change position frequently. Use pillows to support your posture and prevent pressure on your lower body. Special considerations for seniors. As we age, unique challenges can make even simple movement after meals more complicated. Here's how to address them safely. Chronic conditions, arthritis or joint pain. Choose movements that don't stress your joints, like seated marches, gentle stretches, or using a walker for support. Diabetes. Light activity after meals helps stabilize blood sugar, which is crucial for stroke prevention. Even if you can't walk, use arm or leg movements to help muscles use glucose. Heart disease or heart failure. Stand up slowly, avoid heavy exertion, and if you get short of breath, pause and rest. History of stroke or TIA. Be extra mindful of movement. Ask your doctor for personalized routines and never push yourself to the point of dizziness. Medication side effects. Some blood pressure. Medicines can cause post-meal dizziness, postprandial hypotension. Tip: rise slowly from sitting and have a sturdy table or chair nearby for balance. Balance or fall risk. Use support, sturdy furniture, walkers, or a family member's arm. Install grab bars in dining areas or hallways if needed. Wear supportive, non-slip shoes. Cognitive challenges or dementia. Gentle, repetitive routines, like a post-meal walk, help establish healthy habits. Encourage simple, guided movements with a caregiver. Use visual or auditory cues, timer, favorite song, to prompt activity, involving caregivers and family. Remind seniors to avoid slumping or sleeping right after meals. Join in the post-meal walk or stretches. It's good for everyone. Help track progress. Celebrate small wins, e.g. Mom walked for 7 minutes today. Cultural and social tips. Some cultures have traditions of resting after meals. Adapt by shifting to gentle socializing, chatting while standing or walking, or sharing light chores. Group meals. Make it a family event to walk together after eating. Story. Mr. John, 78, lives with early dementia. His daughter created a routine where they both water plants together after every meal. It keeps him moving, and their bond is stronger. Creating a heart-healthy after-meal routine. Let's build a practical daily plan you can start today. Step-by-step heart-healthy after-meal routine. Finish your meal. Sit up straight and relax for 2 to 3 minutes. Sip water, chat, or listen to calming music. Stand up slowly using a stable support if needed. Take a gentle 5-10 minute walk. Indoors, outdoors, or even just marching in place. If you must sit, keep feet flat. Back straight. Change position or stretch every 10-15 minutes. Avoid naps or deep reclining for at least 30-45 minutes. If you get sleepy, do light stretching or movement first. Encourage social time or light chores. Clean up water plants, fold laundry together. Monitor for symptoms. If you feel dizzy, weak, or have chest pain, sit down and notify someone. Customization for limited mobility. Seated or bed-based exercises are just as valuable. Gentle arm circles, ankle pumps, and deep breaths count. Always listen to your body. If it hurts, stop. Real-life success stories. Stories are powerful. Let's meet a few seniors who turned small after-meal changes into big health victories. Mary, 81. I used to spend every lunch glued to my favorite game show. I'd sit in my armchair for hours. My ankles were always puffy. My granddaughter suggested we walk to the mailbox together after lunch. At first I could barely manage it, but now I can do the whole block. I feel lighter, and my doctor says my blood flow is better than ever. David, Tao Sadi, after my heart attack, my wife and I made a pact. No more napping on the couch right after dinner. We clean up together, then do some stretches. My energy is up and the swelling in my legs is almost gone. Mr. Arthur, 83. Because of my arthritis, I thought I couldn't move much, but my son set up a chair routine, marching in place, stretching my arms. It's simple, but it keeps me sharp and happy after meals. You could be next. Simple, steady changes, done daily, truly add up. Q&A with a stroke specialist. Let's sit down with Dr. Emily Tran, a stroke prevention specialist, and answer your burning questions. Q. Dr. Tran, why is inactivity after meals so dangerous for seniors? A. The post-meal period is when blood is thicker and your body is focusing on digestion. If you sit still, especially in a slouched or reclined position, you slow blood flow and raise the risk for clots. For seniors who often already have narrowed blood vessels, this can trigger a stroke or mini-stroke, TIA, unexpectedly. Q. What are the safest positions after eating? A. Upright sitting with feet flat or gentle walking is best. Avoid crossing your legs, reclining deeply, or lying down. Change positions often, even small movements help. Q. How soon after eating is it safe to nap? A. Ideally, wait at least 30-45 minutes and elevate your upper body, a full body. Nap right after eating is not advised, especially for anyone with heart or circulation problems. What about people who can't walk? Can they still lower their risk? A. Absolutely. Ankle circles, foot flexes, arm stretches, even deep breathing exercises keep blood moving. Movement doesn't have to be big, it just has to be regular. Q. Are there warning signs of a blood clot or TIA after a meal? Tell us yes. Watch for sudden swelling or pain in the legs, unexplained dizziness, vision changes, or sudden weakness. If you notice these, seek medical help right away. Sierra Q. What's the one tip you wish every senior knew? A. That even 5 minutes of gentle movement after eating can cut your risk of a stroke dramatically. Don't underestimate the power of a simple daily habit. Small changes, big impact. Before we wrap up, here are a few extra strategies for after-meal heart and brain protection. Wear mild compression socks if your doctor recommends them. Elevate your legs only after you've walked or moved for a while, never immediately after eating. Mindful breathing. Try deep, slow breaths for 2-3 minutes after meals to aid oxygen flow. Warm up your muscles. Gentle massage or using a warm cloth can help stimulate circulation. Create a movement buddy system. Pair up with a friend, partner, or caregiver to encourage each other. Remember, consistency is more important than intensity. Let's take a moment to review the essential lessons. The way you sit after meals is not harmless. Dangerous habits like slouching, reclining, leg crossing, or sleeping after eating can quietly raise your risk for stroke, clots, and other serious health issues. But with simple, regular movement and smart sitting, you can dramatically lower your risk and boost your vitality. Every little bit helps. Whether you can walk, stretch, or just flex your feet, do something every time. So what should you do next? Take action today. Share this video with friends or loved ones. Help keep your community healthy. Leave a comment below. What post-meal habit are you changing? Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more practical, life-changing senior health tips. Remember, you are never too old to make positive changes. Every movement is a vote for your independence and well-being. Thank you for spending this time together. Your future self will thank you for every step you take, every gentle movement you make, right after every meal. Until next time, take care of yourself, starting with how you move after every meal.